everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and I cannot wait for Woo Woo Wednesday. I am like over here. I apologize for being late. Totally my fault. I'm tweeting and wooing over here. Go check out my Twitter feed if you're wondering what I'm talking about. But we've got lots to talk about. We missed Mame last week. And so we have a lot to catch up. What's going on? Of course, you guys know the Bitcoin's running. We're all excited. What's happening in crypto. So we'll be right back with Mame Crypto. Hey, Mame, we missed you last week. So good to see you back again.
I know, me too. I missed you guys, and I feel like every time I skip a week, I lose a little bit of the beat of the news, So it's always good to catch up. And,
I thank you that Bitcoin went on without you, and we are on a bull run. I think you launched something, so we're all in the green, and things are running like crazy. Lots of news.
It looks like we broke 50K once again, right? So let's see where the ride is gonna take everyone, right? It looks like
I wanted to hear. I'm so sorry. I wanted to hear how little one enjoyed kindergarten, because she started kindergarten now.
Yeah. She loved it. She is really enjoying the experience, but at the same time, she's asking for breaks all the time. So she comes home in the morning. She's like, "Can I take a break today?" It was the cutest. So she has made new friends. She doesn't love school food, so I'm having to pack her lunch.
She got spoiled by having a Brazilian mama who cooks for her. Yes, I'm sure.
I think so. She's just not having the school lunch, so I'm having to do the lunch bag. And today I said, go on the line, check it out. Maybe it's something you like, and then you. But it's really cute to see her living all these, new experiences.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, I love that. Well, I think that's really cool. Yeah, I wanted to check in and hear how school was going, because we're having our new homeschooling experience. We had our orientation day last Tuesday. And so I'm now, it was really funny because at the orientation day, this is my first time to ever homeschool. I've got 5 kiddos and been parenting for a long time. And so the school director's up there, and she's like, "Okay, everyone point to your tutor." And the kids all point to who the tutor is that's assigned to like assist with the school curriculum and all that. Yeah. And so you point to who you're assigned to. And then they're like, "And everyone point to your teacher." And all the kids point, and Cannon goes, "Who do we point to?" I was like, "I don't know. They'll let us know. They'll assign it." And they're like, and the director's like, "And all of you should be pointing to your parents." And I was like,
oh my gosh, all of a sudden.
Yeah, the weight of that. And then, the books start coming and all this. So, but it's actually been really exciting. There's a program that I hope everybody will check out. I'll put the link in the description after this. So if you guys are watching this, come back and refresh. But some friends of mine on Twitter, and we've had the voice on here before talking about some security. It's scratch.mit.edu, and it teaches kids how to code. So if you're into crypto, and it's really fun, Canon has already been creating videos and video games. They can create either images, videos, video games, and it's a progressive thing. So they start with these blocks, and they watch little tutorial videos, and it shows them how to move the blocks, how to stack blocks of code. And then they create these things. So I reached out to Miss Teen Crypto. She's going to actually, once we create a few, she's going to teach us how to turn them into NFTs, and then how to create our own storefront on OpenSea and maybe a couple others. And so he's going to have his own storefront. And so now I've been telling the other homeschool moms about it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, do you think you could show us?" So
yeah,
I don't know.
You
I'm
need
really
you need 1 hour of a class,
yeah.
and like a tutorial. Let's do this together, or even record the process of him doing it.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm thinking is like if I
yeah,
can get her to, if we can work on it and get it concise to where we can then share it with, other homeschooling moms or, just any family that wants to use that software to teach the kids how to code. And then it's a progressive software so that as the kids learn from these blocks, then it gets, more
yeah.
difficult into the coding and whatever. But
Think
it's a
about it.
really cool
It's
process.
truly a language, and kids at this age, they are so it's so easy for them to absorb a new
Mhm.
language. I can tell because my daughter, we're trying to have English, Turkish, and Portuguese. Of course, she doesn't speak all three fluently, but you can tell they can absorb a lot more than us adults. And coding is a language. Once you can think like that, it becomes like a very interesting world. So I that's exciting. I may even, maybe my daughter is a little it's too early for her.
Well,
How?
and just expose them to it because, like, I had exposed I know The Voice had told me about it, I don't know if it was a year or 2 ago, and so we had played around with it, but we were on, like, a less friendly computer at
Yeah,
that time, and he kinda played around with it, but he was like, I didn't wanna touch it then." Well, now we have him on a lot nicer computer, and he's a little older, and now he asks for more computer time.
that's
Like, so
awesome.
I think exposing them to it maybe a little bit at a time and then
Yeah,
let them take a break from it and come back to it when they're, but it's a
yeah.
really cool program. So,
I think
I'll
maybe even us parents will learn a little bit, at least the beginning, so we can start to think that way because it's
yeah,
really intricate.
yeah.
How awesome.
It was really interesting. So,
Always
yeah,
learning.
that was a little personal, a little Mom in It Monday, a little way to
Yeah, something
work
we
that
can
in.
teach to our little ones. So that's an awesome advice for the mummies and dads out there, looking
Yeah.
for activities. And I'm proud of you for doing it. The homeschooling, I know it's not easy. I have friends that committed to homeschooling, and there was that possibility for me as well. But I just felt like right now, at her age, I think that she needs even to learn the social skills
Yeah.
because mine is the only one. So she has like this, it's good to kind of have more friends and socialize a little bit in her
There's
case.
definitely a lot of benefits from, public school as well. I mean, we were in an unusual situation. I'd raised my 5 kids, and they all went to public school until we were in this situation where they put that COVID testing center. They put a walk-in clinic in our elementary school, and we actually, the other day, I had a parent reach out to me, and she's like, "You will not believe there's literally a line out the building of people walking into the elementary school." And I'm
Wow.
just like, I don't know how that's safe in any way for them. And so we
Yeah,
really felt
yeah,
like we made the best choice for him to keep him safe, especially with his health issues. So,
for
um,
sure, for
but
sure. I'm proud
yeah,
of
I
you.
mean, it's a crazy time that we're in.
I
So,
I
um,
know it's hard to make choices this day and age, for sure.
yeah, and everybody has to do what's best for their family. And each child is so different too. So,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
um, well, let's jump
So
into some crypto news. There's been a bunch of exciting stuff. What do you want to start with?
let's go backwards, just like
Okay.
from the most recent one, and then we backtrack to the little bit older stuff as well.
Okay.
The CoinDesk one, the USDC to be backed 100% by cash by September. So looks like Circle announced that as of July, USDC, the stable coin USDC, was only backed by cash or cash and equivalents about 61%. And now they are kind of committing themselves to be fully backed in cash and cash equivalents. So supposedly by September, they promised, it was revealed that they will be backed fully by cash and cash or cash equivalents. And one of the things that they are planning to do is to go public in the future. So Circle is basically trying to go public, and it's going to be through an acquisition. It's called a special purpose acquisition corporation. And supposedly, if that deal goes through, they are going to be worth about $4.5 billion. So,
And I have to tell you, if you, this is nothing, none of this is financial advice, but if
yeah.
you guys, if you're in USDC or in Circle, I would be getting your coins out of that stuff. That the US dollar is in serious trouble.
Really, yeah, there you
Oh
go.
my goodness.
Ethan
Yeah.
has all this juicy stuff from the back end research there.
Yeah. Well, it's not backhand research. It's, common knowledge that the
Yeah.
US dollar is in a lot of trouble. The IMF put out, there's articles out there. The IMF, today's the day that the IMF announced that they are issuing the SDR, which will fund all these third world countries, and they are funding that with US dollar.
Oh,
So that will affect the US dollar, the
the
strengthening.
value of the US dollar throughout the world as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Be
mean,
very careful, everybody. Do your research and be very careful.
I know it's really like we are all stepping on eggshells, and
Mhm.
one of the reasons why it's always important to diversify a little bit, because you never know where the safe ground really is these days. So
Right.
it's tricky, right? Now, on a fun note, Visa entered the
Yeah, this was
metaverse
exciting.
with
Yeah.
the first NFT purchase, and it's amazing that they bought a CryptoPunk worth $150,000. So it's quite a lot of money, and actually, that bank Anchorage is the one that facilitated the transaction for them. I think it was a total of 49 Ethereum. 49.5 Ethereum, I think it was the total transaction, the purchase. But Visa itself didn't actually have a wallet and did the actual transfer. It's almost like they were a little bit afraid, and they're like, how can Anchorage, since you have experience, can you do this transaction for me? I'm just teasing you
Oh,
guys.
so Anchorage Bank is holding this for Visa?
I don't know if they are
Is
holding it, but it says that Anchorage facilitated the
okay.
deal, that it
Okay.
actually, the funds didn't come from Visa itself, it came from the Anchorage Bank. But publicly, they announced that Visa is the one purchasing it. So it's almost
Okay.
like maybe they didn't have a wallet, maybe they didn't know how to make it legit, you know what I mean? Because I think the NFT market space has all these nuances, and even people that navigate on it a lot have a hard time verifying artists, making sure the art piece is original and coming from the actual source. So it says on the article, if I'm not mistaken, by CoinDesk or Cointelegraph,
Mhm.
that Anchorage facilitated the deal. So they are the ones, the 49.5 Ethereum that were transferred to acquire the piece was transferred from Anchorage, not Visa itself. Like, so they
So
know it's an account owned by Anchorage.
when they were saying it, they quietly bought the NFT, would it have kind of showed their hand? Was part of it being quietly bought that they used Anchorage? Like, would they have
Maybe.
showed their hand by setting up a wallet to be able to purchase the NFT, or by buying the type of crypto that they would have needed to purchase this NFT?
Probably it's almost like maybe they used as a third party, to facilitate
Okay.
the transaction. Just, I'm not sure which reasons were, why would
Yeah.
they do that, but they didn't go themselves.
And to do it
They
directly.
used this.
What were your thoughts? Because you're very involved. You've been, you were very involved in researching the NFT space early on. What are your thoughts on them investing in NFT? Um,
Um,
early on, or them getting
I
kind of
think I
involved in
think
this way?
they are buying because they bought just one piece, and I don't know if they are buying for marketing reasons. If they want to use, because if once they own the image, they can actually make a credit card with an NFT on it. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
actually
So
own
then
that
this
image.
is
So eventually, I don't know what what they are trying to do. Maybe they bought one to try to understand, but why would they buy one that is so valuable? Because they could have easily bought inexpensive NFTs just to get or even created few themselves just to give it a try.
yeah.
But I really don't know. Maybe they do think the crypto comes a Picasso and they want to have one. A lot of people are paying a lot of money for these guys, which it surprises me. Of course, it's art and everything, but to me, I mean, even though they are very significant because they are one of a kind, but then they are not the first. I've seen many NFTs before they came out. Yeah, they are cute, but it's hard sometimes to apply that whole value to, just like you said, it's a code on your wallet, it's a digital art. What does it come with? I'm not sure. Does it give rights to other things? I'm not sure. And what the Visa's intentions, who knows? But maybe it is to just display it on a billboard with the Visa logo underneath and do some kind of marketing. Who knows?
And to say like we associate with crypto, or get people to
Yeah.
think of them as CryptoPunk, or
Yeah, maybe they are want to appeal to this new upcoming flared, new generation that is coming, which is a whole new movement, I would say,
yeah. I
because
couldn't wait to pick your brain on that one. Yeah, that one I was just
yeah,
like,
and I do feel
hmm.
like it's a movement right now, like the crowd has taken the movement mainstream. When we
Yeah.
looked at it in 2017, these things were so far away, and now you have Paris Hilton on Comedy
Yes.
Central describing NFT, and she's doing it well. So it's like, okay, now it's not nonsense like many people said it was. And when you see that functionality, it's really, really cool. Yeah, it's a little overpriced, but look, it's up there. I
Yeah.
can't believe,
Yeah. That was on the Tonight Show that she was explaining an NFT. I was just like, here we go, folks.
I know. And she did it recently somewhere else too, like
Oh,
on a YouTube video
okay.
she was describing. And I was like, wow, she really knows. I remember when we talked about the crypto kitty that she drawed and she actually she minted an NFT a while back. I mean,
Okay.
we were reporting on her knowing NFT probably over a year,
It was
two
a
years.
while ago. Yeah. And then we
Yeah.
did the one where there was the
Ashton Kutcher.
commercial. Yes, Ashton Kutcher with Mila Kunis. And then they were back and forth. And then all of a sudden it was, what's his
Yeah.
name?
Now they
Uh,
are hanging
the
out with
Ethereum guy.
Vitalik. Now
Yes. Yeah.
like you're like,
And
okay,
Vitalik's in the kitchen.
yeah. I'm
Okay.
like, what? Wait, what the heck? And so it is. It's not as cuckoo as we thought. We never thought, but people thought it was.
Yeah.
It's really a amazing technology. And I'm actually going to have an art show that is going to happen here locally, and it's going to
Oh,
be a really cool event. I don't know if I should talk about it now. You tell me.
well, yes. I mean, talk about it, and we need to be promoting it, and let me help you. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's called the Wide Renaissance, and it's gonna be 5 local San Diego artists, and we're gonna have. It's gonna like really inspired by the Shitcoin conference 2021. So I'm gonna have
when
DJ.
are you
I'm gonna
doing
have
this?
music. It's gonna be, it's on a winery, a local winery from 1800s. So it's
Oh,
really a charming place, and they only had September 11th available because nobody want to get married on September
that's
11th. So I said, we'll
usually
take it.
positive. Yeah, positive then.
So don't mind the date. It's September 10 plus 1. I'm just
Yes.
everything. So that way it doesn't sound like because of course we want to, and we'll honor people there as
Well, I
well,
think you can reclaim that and do something positive that day then,
something positive,
I think
supporting artists. And all these local artists, they are getting in touch with me because they want to create NFTs. So we are going to live stream the event. The event is going to be really cool because it's me, one of the artists. We have Alvaro, who is a performance and painter who does really amazing music, and he's from Colombia. We have daughter Burnquist, the mom
yeah.
of Bob Burnquist. So that is a very good chance that even he may show up, and do a little
Well,
music.
and we've got to see some of her work.
And her work
More
is going to be displayed. We're going to have Pedro Monaco, which is a muralist from Brazil who lives in San Diego as well. He's going to be doing some live murals there. Maybe one more muralist. The DJ is Jean Burnquist as well, who is awesome DJ. I'm gonna raffle a ledger, so we're gonna have like a ledger raffle and a lot of surprises that are gonna happen throughout the event. And it's on my blog. You can find the information.
okay. Yeah,
It's
I'll find
from
I'll find
12.
the link and put it in
Edge
the
Wallet is going to be present. I told them that if they want to support the event and bring some education about NFT, maybe some flyers so people can understand how to download a wallet, how to store an NFT, how do you transact. And we'll live stream the event. So the pieces, let's say, the piece behind me, the piece is actually going to be for sale in the actual show, but we're gonna maybe mint one of each or maybe 5 NFTs. We're not certain yet how many we're gonna do per artist and per piece. So we're gonna have a drop that is gonna go on either the day of the show or day after, because we are also gonna offer NFT versions of the pieces via QR code underneath the pieces. So we kind of like, uniting NFT, the digital art with the physical piece, because people sometimes they're like, oh, this is not legitimate. This is not real. Well, we are here. We can prove to you that, here's the piece you can buy, and it's literally the NFT is a certificate of ownership. And it's gonna be really cool. Hopefully you guys are all invited. It's an open event, and I'm gonna be blasting information on my Twitter and blog as we come close and have more details. And they have delicious wine as well. The winery is very charming. It's a local winery, and we want to support each other as well, because they suffered a little bit through the COVID. They couldn't throw events, so we want to make sure that the community gets to know them too. It's called the Forgotten Barrel, and it's in Escondido, California.
Okay, I'm posting the link in the live chat, and then we'll also have it in the description. You can also find a link to Mame's blog in the description that you can go and see all of her posts as well.
So if you're wondering what NFT is, if you want to get like a hands-on education, like more on the art part, not the gaming, this is not a gaming part. This is going to be more related to art pieces, and you get a lot of education. You get to see the pieces, touch, take pictures with us, just have some fun, and listen to great music, Brazilian vibes with a little electronic vibe. It's going to be cool.
I wish I was flying still. I've given up flying, so.
Really?
Yes, it's too crazy right now, but.
Okay.
When I can afford to I have a friend that accepts cryptocurrency and has private jet service. And so once crypto's moon, then I'm going to use his private jet service.
Okay, then you
fly to
me with you. And then call me.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet, but
Oh, I'm way far from there. I'm like still counting dimes over here, but it's cool.
No public flights for me. When they started duct taping people to the seats, that's when I was like, no, thank you.
I was okay going back and forth from Miami, but I don't travel much. I
That
kind
was
of
my
have
last
to,
trip.
yeah.
Was that my last trip, Miami, or was it when we went to
You're
South
close to
Dakota?
Clint then because you drive to Clint Westwood.
Yeah, well, that's pretty far. That's I think that's 10 hours to Westwood.
Yeah,
But
but it's worth
I
it. I
it's worth
sometimes
it.
I would take a 10-hour drive over flight, and I like
Well,
driving.
it takes that long because of in Oklahoma, I have to take I either have to fly to Chicago and then fly to Peoria and then drive to Westwoods. This is going to take me 10 hours anyway. I might as well be in my own vehicle where I don't have to wear a mask. I don't have to have somebody being hostile towards me. I can,
Be
so
yourself.
yeah, I
And you
can just
enjoy
be
the
myself.
scenery. I
Yeah.
mean, I love
America's beautiful and I can, yeah,
when I
see it.
have enough crypto, I'm gonna take a road trip in America. Like I'll get the RV and I'll
Good.
just, do it for
You
one
come
year.
to Oklahoma and you can
For
stay with
sure.
us.
I definitely like it's something I really want to
Yeah.
do.
I think it would be a lot of fun. I know when Ben and I would take, when we drove to California, I was just blown away how beautiful it was. I've driven to Arizona when I was a kid, and out to California and all that. But I just, as an adult, I hadn't driven out there. And it's through New Mexico and out through Texas and into Arizona and in through California. I mean, there was some weird stuff that I saw too, but it was mostly just really beautiful.
I know. You get to
So
see the real wild, wild west. It's so cute, like
yes,
those abandoned towns. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
love, yeah, I really
I
enjoy.
don't know what it is about all the paper mache dinosaurs. That was kind of weird, but
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part, for the most part, it was really beautiful.
Oh, so where are we at?
I don't know. Where are we? We got
We have
distracted.
the Bitcoin.com US Congressman to Federal Reserve Bank.
Yeah, I thought finally some sanity. I'm so tired of hearing about how bad Bitcoin was. And I'm like, okay, this
Yeah,
is the truth. Polly P posted this, and I wanted to bring
yeah.
this up.
I know it's just great. I mean, they are understanding. It's it doesn't really matter the medium. Bad people are gonna be bad people. Good people
Yeah.
are gonna be good people. And it truly they could be bad people with beans if beans were money. So it's just that is this lingo, and it's been something that has been attached to Bitcoin that it's used for criminal activities. And that's far from the truth because, it's actually more traceable than cash itself. So, yes, it can be used, and there are people using it for bad things, just like anything else. However, cash is a lot more dirty in a sense that it can be passed for more, without any trace. No, a lot of people just buy Bitcoin and that they hold. It's just like a safe medium, and a lot of people have their identities connected with their Bitcoin as well. So
Mhm.
this day and age with KYCs,
Yeah.
so
Well, and I think we
it is a
saw
myth.
that with the recent hacks,
Yeah,
that it was traceable.
we should
And
have we should have a show called Bitcoin Mythbusters.
there you go.
Oh,
Ah,
I'm just teasing.
true.
Sorry, I interrupted you, honey.
No,
Go
no,
for
no, you're good. I was just saying we saw that with the recent hacks that they were, that it was traceable, and that was the whole point was um, that they were showing the fault of it, that it was,
Yeah, for sure. No, with all these recent wrecks and hacks that are happening, oh my gosh, it's really hard to even feel safe these days. You have T-Mobile, you have Apple scanning, you have everything going on at the same time, and it's just be careful out there. People. Even The Voice today, I saw him posting on Twitter, that it's definitely anyone that is a customer of T-Mobile and has a relationship with crypto, or they're, or has a little concern about this financial security, give them a call or stop by the store or even change. I hate to say this because I don't want any company to lose customers, but unfortunately, he addressed on his Twitter that this data breach is quite severe. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
I
like
heard
similar to
that.
the ledger. The amount of information that went out is really drastic. So
Well, and I think even more severe because, like I had shared that within the Litecoin fam, that they not only had their emails, but they also had their PIN numbers, which we had talked about. That was a security measure that you could add, is like, hey, call your phone carrier and set up a PIN number, because that way, if they had your email and if they were to SIM swap you, you would at least have a PIN number,
yeah.
and that they wouldn't be able to get your crypto off your phone. Well, with this T-Mobile hack, they have their PIN numbers as well. And so that was
I
something that was,
actually, out of curiosity, because I saw that PIN numbers were affected, I went
Mhm.
online just to see if T-Mobile had taken any measurements
Oh,
against
good.
preventative measurements. And supposedly, I read online on an article. You guys can actually check on Google. I don't remember the article. I apologize. I
Okay.
don't have the source
No,
here
that's
for you,
okay.
but it mentioned that the customers that were affected, which were many million, like it was a big number, they resetted their PIN numbers. So I wonder if anyone had an experience with them, if by any chance, if you called and tried to do a change and they asked you to come into the store because your PIN number didn't match or something like that. You know what I mean? I wonder if they are implementing what they are saying they are implementing.
Yeah.
Because
So
if
if
that,
anybody has T-Mobile and had that personal experience, if you'll let us know, that would be,
yeah,
it'd be comforting to hear if that's just something that
I,
they're
I hope
putting out in the
so.
news, or if it's
Yeah,
actually happening.
I hope so, because at least customers will, because many people are just unaware maybe that this happened, you know what I mean? And then, at least they can, reset their pins. And the next time they try to make a change, you can say, come to the store. We have this problem. We want to make sure that you are you. I would be like, okay, I like this company, if they did
Right.
such a thing, because I will be like, okay, at least they are, you know,
Yeah. Really looking
looking
out for their
out.
customers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of what I want to see. So, according to Crypto Globe, a Missouri mayor plans to give every resident of his town $1,000 in Bitcoin. I am so jealous. I want one too.
Yeah, I wonder, I don't know what this is,
It's
like what this is
a small
motivated by.
town. Well, I don't know too. Maybe it's like, okay, let's get their stimulus and convert and then do this. But it's a town of 1,500 residents.
Okay.
So it's a small town called Cool Valley. And supposedly the mayor wants to give them $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and via a vesting schedule, which means that they won't be able to cash out for several years. They would give it to you, but you can't cash out. It's like a hodler, wallet. I really like it. So he calls it digital gold, and I honestly think that's a good way to guarantee retirement for your town.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that he's really looking out for the members of his
Yeah,
town.
it seems like, okay, if I'm gonna give them something back, let me give them something back that is meaningful.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah. And that was
Fine.
a Litecoin fam member that shared that.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
George.
And
So,
Master, we had one from Master too. We had a bunch today that were. We have number 5 now. Is Walmart is seeking a crypto product lead developer. America largest retailer is looking for an experienced crypto expert. No, it's just a crypto product lead. Sorry, the
okay.
developer was from Amazon. So that crypto expert could be you by now if you've been watching this channel. And I mean, you have the skills. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you can help Walmart in invest in some good cryptocurrencies. I don't know if that's what they want to do, or if they want to, maybe make a marketplace or become an exchange. I mean, Walmart kind of captures anything and everything. So who knows? Maybe they decide to.
It's that first step, I guess, just
Yeah.
making that announcement saying like,
If
we're
maybe our friends from Coin, I forgot the exchange that we love. Ran out of my mind. The
coin flip.
coin flip. Maybe now it's time to contact Walmart and say it's time for coin flip.
Yeah.
So no Walmart.
They might.
I think so. If they are getting crypto taken, that is the right time for everything.
They might. And here's another company dipping their toe in. The second largest U.S. mortgage lender is now accepting Bitcoin payments from their mortgages. So I think everybody's kind of getting in the business. I've started having more and more of my friends on my, like, not Twitter, but other social media accounts reaching out to me and asking, how do I buy Bitcoin and what should I start looking at? And I'm like, okay, do this, this, and this, start looking at these things. So
Yeah, no, I have friends doing the same thing. The other day, an older friend that was involved in the New York Stock Exchange in his younger days, and he's like, when can I long it? When can I long it? And I'm like, well, it may be a little late for longing it, but do a little short gain one, you might be able to. But it's just so cute to see like people from that had different interests before all of a sudden being captured by this wave. But at the same time, I do get a little bit worried because people tend to see just a little short time in history. So I usually tell people that are new to this market space to go back a few years, to really zoom out on the chart and see how Bitcoin has its cycles and cryptocurrency has its cycles. And we are kind of like, on the back end of the bull cycle, so just be careful. People, when they go into cryptocurrencies, they don't want to just double maybe their money. They feel like they want to have higher returns. And if you're just getting in fresh now, you may not be able to get there, and you may have to hodl a few years if you don't play wise. So it's a lifestyle. And my best recommendation is to stick around, learn, and just go slow, and always have a little bit more to buy when
right.
it dips.
That's how, when you look back at, these people that have become wealthy through a lot of this, it's not because of when they sold, it's because of when they bought. It's because they bought when there was, quote, blood in the streets. It wasn't about when they sold.
Yeah.
And so that you really need to have a plan for when you can buy, not when you're going to sell. So
yeah,
I mean, you need to have a plan both ways, but that wasn't when the great gains were made. It wasn't about.
And it's really important not to get very excited and taken over by the emotion, because you see this thing going up, up, up. But when you zoom out and you observe Bitcoin in a longer time frame, you're gonna see that it has cycles. Study those cycles a little bit so you understand the market before getting overexcited. That happened to me in 2017, and that's why I say it. We all have to now I'm more cautious. Yes, emotions are very separate from that, which is really great. So now there was one that was interesting, right? About Texas. Texas becoming the U.S. Bitcoin capital? Move on, Wyoming. There is a new challenger in town. I really like this headline because, You tell me a little bit about it because I feel like that's your neck of the woods.
Yeah, we're definitely. I just think this is interesting. I know there's the governor's been moving some things. They were talking about. Let's see, I'll open it up. So they're talking about, could Texas be, the new one? The Lone Star State is famous for oil, which is well over 100 billion. But they're talking about, let's see, hopes to make Texas the jurisdiction choice for blockchain and innovation. So we know that like Elon Musk has got moving Tesla there, or there's, part of that. But blockchain industry is a booming industry that Texas needs to be involved in. I just signed a law for Texas to create a master plan for expanding the blockchain industry in Texas. So it's about this bill that passed, and they're talking about this big mining and hosting facility, which was built by a company called Windstone that was bought by Riot Blockchain back in May of 2021. Huge facility that stretches 100-acre site and hosts several miners in 3 buildings. So I think that's the majority of what all this is. And it talks about low cost of energy, market leading development, operations team. Windstone has been able to build the largest Bitcoin mining hosting campus as measured by machines operational and megawatts developed by a single site. So
That's nice.
yeah,
Wow.
so there's some exciting stuff there.
It really is. You see that it's definitely clear that the U.S. is boosting, mining operations, and a lot of it is being done with renewable resources too, which is really great. So if all this trend continues, we're not gonna see as much of the environmental FUD, around proof of work and Bitcoin in general, which is great. And that's what I hope for, because, like that paper that I wrote a little while back, from China keeps dropping. So I'm assuming in a year it's going to be even less percentage of the total world mining capacity. And USA has increased considerably from, I think 6% to 16% in 1 year. So I hope
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I hope, US is strong, US has the technology. We always complain that things are being outsourced and, well, maybe we can source our own Bitcoin.
One of the other things that Texas has in its favor is that Trump had talked about mining Bitcoin off of the oil flares. So when they're mining oil and gas, it kind of solves 2 problems. So in oil and gas mining, there's this flare which emits carbon. Well, what they found out is they can actually capture that and mine Bitcoin off of it. So it stops the carbon and you mine Bitcoin off of it. So that would be a huge thing for Texas.
Getting 2 birds with 1 rock. I love it.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So that's a really positive thing as well. So excited to see all of that.
You see, technology, it usually, it has this bad little consequences here and there, and mainly because humans, are not its purest form. Sometimes things are used for bad things, but at the same token, we have so much positive things and so much, wisdom and knowledge that can be, and then you see technology evolving, you see the smart minds coming up with great solutions and great systems, and now they are independent, decentralized, they are organic and they have a life of their own, and we can participate a little bit on it as well. The world is shifting, and I think it's such a beautiful thing that we are watching all of this.
Yeah. Let's jump ahead. We've got a couple things.
Yeah.
We can touch on Singapore Central Bank building a Bitcoin inspired currency.
Using JP Morgan technology. That's another one.
Yeah.
Me and Lisa. You go back a couple of episodes, we have more.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. So that's kind of like let's see. I wanted to touch
Electronic Frontier Foundation has launched a petition to ask Apple to abandon its plan to scan the phones.
Yeah, I think that one's such a
I
privacy issue.
like Frontier Foundation, okay?
Yeah,
That's so weird. Like,
that whole thing is so weird. I think
it
they really
is
need
so
to update
weird.
on that.
It's like taking things to extremes. And if you're familiar with Snowden, if you maybe read anything about, censorship and how the CIA works, and unfortunately, it's human beings who are scanning, and it's just like, in my opinion, it's wrong. I feel like we're being violated more and more every day, and I would like my privacy, and I think people
Right.
should fight for their privacy as well. And I thank um Frontier Foundation for going forward with this, and at least buying us a little bit more time to digest this, because when they use headlines like, oh, against child molestation or child trafficking, but it's a lot to give up on the other side as well. You imagine people are looking at your private pictures, what you take yourself sometimes. And I don't know, I have a skin condition, and I was terrified that someone is going to see pictures, because sometimes I have to take pictures of my skin condition to send to my doctor, and I'm like, oh my god, someone is going to look through these.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
like
it
weird.
violates, yeah, everything. Even
It-
if it's, yeah,
it's just
pictures of
weird,
no private notes,
like
any of that. Yeah.
you think of the world, and you think like how much we are giving up every day in exchange for the technology we use. And unfortunately, we can't give up the technology altogether, because the dial-up phones are barely working these days. You need to use iPhones and Androids, and if you want to be mingled in the modern age, that's how you gotta. So it's just it's challenging. That's all I gotta say. And
I
let's see how this develops. And yeah.
I agree with you. And it's also a company that's violating our privacy. It's not even,
Yeah, that's
with
true,
a,
right?
it's not like we've been served a warrant and then, with, there are processes, there's laws with,
Legal,
there
yeah.
are legal processes when there's a, reason to have those things served. So,
Exactly.
um,
It's like
let's see.
not throwing everybody in a blender and seeing what pops. I
Right.
don't know. It's like
Right.
it's a mix. The other day I was actually watching a documentary on Netflix that said that this is kind of silly, because who is gonna be able to police and check everybody's life every day? It's too much. It's excess data. It actually doesn't help law enforcement at all, because they have too much to pick and choose from. It's way more things happen, for law enforcement, and things like on this documentary was saying that it's actually more beneficial to them when they have less data to
Oh,
look from, because then they are looking at things that are truly meaningful. So, and it made sense to me, personally made sense to me. So sometimes
definitely.
when I have a lot of alternatives, I can see the correct one.
Definitely.
So
Um, well, I want to wrap up real quick. I've got to hit on, we are going to be traveling this week. So I'm going to hit on our happy hour road show. I'm super excited. We've got, this is our very first one. So it's our inaugural road show. We'll be traveling to Kansas City, in Olathe, Kansas. And, going to be visiting Mr. Mosty and Script Skynet from the Digibyte fam, meeting up with him. Hopefully, Mentor 99 is going to be joining us, and we'll be getting started there at the Old Chicago Pizza. We'll be streaming live for happy hour on Friday, so I'll be arriving there Thursday. I'm trying to get there in time to maybe be streaming from the same place, or either there or the Airbnb, to do our Thursday show with Johnny. But I'll be driving up there, and get there in time. And then, so we would do the happy hour live on Friday. Hopefully meet everybody there. We've got tons of swag.
Yeah, nice.
We'll be giving away. I've got t-shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff, socks from Monarch. The Litecoin fam has donated. We'll be giving away 1 Litecoin at each happy hour. I've got silver that I'm giving away from Arcadia Economics. And then at the on the next day, we'll be doing a crypto intro to crypto or crypto 101 class. And so bring your new crypto curious or people interested in crypto to the happy hour so they can get to meet us, feel comfortable, and then we'll do the class the next day. The class will be at Homer's Coffee in Overland Park, and we're going to be downloading Monarch wallets with everybody and showing them, and we'll be sending them Monarch token as well. So lots of giveaways, lots of fun stuff. We've got a great time for everybody. We'll also be teaching them about how they can start a crypto IRA or buy gold and silver or buy crypto over the counter with Perpetual Assets. So lots of good stuff for everybody. My buddy Clint Westwood will be there and teaching everybody all this great stuff. So
how awesome.
Looking forward to that.
Please give a big hug on Clint for me. I adore him. You guys are so awesome.
All the free hugs.
Yeah, I know. There will be lots of hugs. I like crypto because we still are hug people.
That's right. And you guys don't forget, I put the link for Mame's blog in the chat or in the description of this video. So that is on the 11th of September in San Diego. Is it in San Diego or outside?
It's actually in North County, San Diego, a little bit inland in the city of Escondido. Okay. So it's the Escondido means hidden in Spanish, and it's really a hidden treasure. It's like a little winery. It's just a very old space, very, very charming. And there were artists that worked there in the past. So the place even smells like oil paint a little bit, like the old barns and things. So it's going to be really fun. I really hope you guys can make it if you're in California.
Yes. So here we are. Make sure you do your best to get. So you've got 2 places to be, the middle of the country or on the West Coast. Hugs at both places. And art, NFT, crypto, lots of opportunity to get together.
Getting closer, I'll announce some of the surprises we're going to have there too.
Okay.
But for now, let's enjoy yours. Thank you so much, honey.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to have a great time. So.
I'm going to try to come for the stream and chat with you guys.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's our first one, so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. We're looking forward. We've got one planned every month for the next 5 months. And surprise guests and other people that are YouTubers and a lot of people that you guys all know and love. So we're super excited.
Awesome. It's going to be amazing. I'm certain everybody's going to have so much fun.
Yeah. Hopefully we can keep it going. So, all right.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks so much, Mame. And you guys take care. Remember to love one another. And we will see you tomorrow on The New Normal.